The lesson for the day is the famous Wall Street IO screener. This screener is second to none. Let me show you why. Most screeners out there will scan for stocks and setups and fundamentals and things. We can combine a lot of those in the same screener. Let me show you what I'm talking about, and I'm going to hide my face real quickly because I want you to focus on how awesome this screener is down here. You can see it here. We keep adding stuff to it, so it says beta here. But when you bring up the screener, we have some default buttons here, This is what I call my magic bull stock, bear stock finder every day. It allows us to find the best picks that are about to make the best move based on Heikin Ashi and MACD, the payday cycle, every day in a matter of minutes. And why that works is because we're looking for our famous setup called the Heikin Ashi payday cycle. What we're looking for here is a doji today. So when I click this screener, it's going to pull up a doji today, and I'm actually going to go to all stocks in the universe. Now, real quickly, let me give you my choices. When I say all stocks, it's defaulted for the most liquid, high volume names that do more than 50 million a day. You can see it. If I want to do small and mid caps, I could add that to the group, the database, or I could drop down to even penny stocks and do the entire universe of stocks. But I'm just going to stick to the most liquid ones because I like to have liquid options also in the most popular names. And it's usually plenty enough for me. Now, when I do that, all stocks and the most liquid here, I have these popular screeners here, and you can put a star next to it. So you see if I go like this and undo these stars, there's no quick links. But I'm going to put a star here because I go here first thing in the morning, and here's my bull stocks and bear stocks. And now you have access to this too because this will be there for you. Now, if you put a star there, watch how much time this saves you. It's looking for a doji today. So all the stocks that it popped up, let me bring this up. There are 41 that have a doji today. Now, what is a doji? You know what that is. That is a signal that it's right here. See the doji right here? It's signaling that it's a start or an end of a payday cycle. You can see right here the start is a doji and the end. Red light, green light, the start and end of a cycle. So we use that system on a lot of our trades here. And I'm going to show you a couple that we're actually looking at for today. Here's a doji on AFLAC. And as you can see, it dojied here, trended green. Red means stop. Here's the next doji. Here's the start of the next one. We're going to put a trigger above it. And we're using the doji system. And if I don't want to look at today's dojis, I want to trigger off yesterday's dojis, I can switch to yesterday. And here's stuff that was forming a doji yesterday, like Garmin. And you can see the doji was here on Garmin. Find a little better example here. There's a doji right there. See the doji? And that's starting to trigger above that today. So that's an expansion stamp. So you can pick dojis all the way back to the last 7 days. But I'm just doing today to give you an example here. But the doji means you can actually trigger above the doji. How do you do that? Simply left click on the stock that you want to pick. And then you can add it to a watch list if you want. And I've already done this over here. I'm bullish on this one, so I hit green. And I add it to my watch list. That's today's date, July 1st. So you can see I've already done that. or I can hit a price alert. And since I'm bullish, I want to put this as a bullish price alert. So I just get rid of the bearish one. I create an alert, and it'll put that above the stock. So you can see it would put a price alert right above the stock, right where I want it. And then alerts will show up right over here. So let me delete that since I already have an alert there. And you can move them around. Once you're over here, you can move these alerts below or above. And if you want to get the actual risk-reward price targets for that, it's very simple. You can hit both price alerts. And let me do that real quickly. For example, let me go to, I'll pick another stock here, Bank of America. Here's a doji on Bank of America. I want to trigger above there, and I want to trigger below it. Watch how nice it is to just have this easy tool available to where it puts in the alerts. Here we go. Ready? See Bank of America? I can change the color here, green, red, blue, whatever, bullish trend, red for bearish, whatever. Or I can just click right here. And now that I've clicked it, I'm going to go doji price alert. I'm going to put both on there. Why? When I create alerts, look at this. It puts a trigger above, trigger below. So it's 1.4% higher, 1.5. So it's 3% risk. Or I could just come over here under my alerts, and that's Bank of America. And I will see that, 1 second here, I'll see that under my alerts. There's my stop loss. There's my trigger in. It's about a $2 difference. See, here's my trigger in. And as I go, there's my stop. $2 difference. So I can position size to that. All that's right here in the screener. So again, that's all based on the doji. I'm also looking for daily MACD that's crossed up and give me confirmed a bullish daily bullish trend. The RSI means more green days are bigger than the red days. So we're over 50%. And I'm going to close this watch list to show you the magic of this screener. Also, the price of the stock has to be above the 20 because the 20 is usually your support line. The top of the channel is the target, 20 is the bottom of the channel. We want this close to the 20. And knowing that, I actually want to sort by the 20. So I want the ones closest to the 20. So here's the price of the stock. It's right on the 20. This one's just above it, So that way, I'm looking at stocks that have room to run up. They're closer to the 20. They're down here. They're not up on the top of the channel. Now that is the first part of the screener is when you click this, if you think there's too many filters, just unclick one of the squares. Just unclick it. And it'll give you more candidates. You unclick this. There's 45, but I get a little more finicky on there, 42. And you can add more to it. But the magic comes into this next row. The next row down here is what I want you to focus on is we've got sector filters combined. So not only is the stock setting up and confirmed bullish, but the sector has to be over 50. Or I can say I want the sector stronger than the market. So I'm only doing the sectors that are outperforming the market. And it's going to give you a similar number if there's 37 of those. And that's based off of ours. Or weaker than the market, maybe. I don't know why would you want to do that. Or I want it oversold or overbought. But I want it stronger than the S&P. And I just want the RSI above 50. So I get choices. And then also the sector weekly MACD has already confirmed bullish. So the sector's confirmed bullish on the MACD. And if I want to get even more finicky, I can come over to the filter and add more stuff. Maybe I want 2 MACDs on the sector. I want the daily and the weekly bullish. Now that knocked my candidates down, but these are definitely confirmed bullish. So now it makes my picks much better, focused on where the strength is. Then I can even come in here and say, well, here's financials, healthcare, financials, a lot of financials, industrials. You know what? I just want to focus on financials. They're standing out to me. I drop this down and I could just look at the financials and it'll show me the financials. Or I can say, you know what? Industrials, we got the industrials here. And I can say, I just want to be focused on a certain sector, like, because I can notice that whatever sector was bullish. So once I see all stocks here, I can see the sectors right here. There's one in consumer cycle, healthcare. Okay, healthcare, let's go find a healthcare candidate. And let's go look at those. And that way I can focus on a certain sector and compare what's my favorite of the healthcare picks. So I have here Cardinal Health, then I have Abbott, and also I like to sort by 20-day moving average, which one's closest. This one's a little far off the moving average. It's 8% off the moving average. It's already made its move. Where, as you can see, this one's 0.5% off the moving average. It's much closer. So a lot more room there. I can also right-click here, just hit Add Price Alert, and there we go. Good to go right there for the next move up. That's Heikin Ashi. That's regular candles. I have a trigger in. So I just focused in on bull stocks, the exact same for bear stocks. Again, you could come in here and create your own and add more filters here. You can also come over here and add certain columns. Maybe I want to see where the moving average on the 200 is or the 50. Here's the ATR as a percent. So you can see how far away to put your stop losses and what you can expect as far as volatility. So you can check whatever you want to see on your columns. You can create your own and save it, and you can also have in here, I'm going to star bear trends and bull trends. This is a popular way to go in here and say, well, you know what? I just want to look at communications and I want to see how many bear trends are in there. There's 10. How many bull trends? 2. So I definitely want to stick with the trends. There's more bear trends in communications. One more feature in here. Maybe I want to drill down a watch list. I've got a watch list here. I'm going to go to the community watch list. I'm going to drop down to, for example, industrials. Here's all the industrial stocks. And I want bull stocks in my current watch list. And there it is. So in this current watch list, love is setting up. And there's my doji. And if I don't want a doji, I can just uncheck it and it'll give me all the ones that are giving me the rest of these filters. And again, I can unclick these if I want more choices. So there you have it, guys. There's a rundown on one of the best screeners I've ever seen. There's a lot more improvements coming. There you have it. Every day, Gino Live, we go through all these. And now you know where to go first thing in the morning to get that fast 5 pick. Just jump in here to all stocks, jump into bull stocks, and sort it by your 20-day moving average. And, look at the first few. Start there. And right away, if you can't find a pick right away in this, then there's something wrong, because this is the fastest, easiest way to find the best stocks that are setting up, about to make the best, biggest run. There you have it. Wall Street IO. Doji screener.